Coach, last night, just back-to-back nights being back out there. What would you say, from your perspective, the culture of Texas Tech?
Oh, it's
Just right now.
unbelievable. I mean, that's honestly, that's what college is all about. I mean, this school seems just to take it to another level, like our fans and, our students. And, that first night I was in shock when I walked out there at 9 o'clock and there was a tent. And, I went in there and I started talking to him. And, of course, only one – I said, I'm going to post y'all stuff. And the two guys didn't have Twitter. The girl, fortunately, did. And then by the next day, there's I had 3 people DM me that wanted her – see if she wanted to do an interview. So it's pretty cool. And then, obviously, it's become a little city. But, I love seeing that. That's what college athletics – it's what you're supposed to do.
Obviously, I got to talk to them, and they were pretty hyped, pretty stoked about getting to talk to you and all that.
I'm a big deal. They should be excited.
Yeah. Is it going to become a normal thing for you to go out this week and check on them?
I don't know, normal. I mean, it's on my way to my truck, so I kind of just wave at them. But I'd go out there. Yeah, I mean, I just like meeting people. I can talk to anybody, so yeah, it's fun. It's good that it's happening.
In these big games, it usually gets decided by something on special teams. So what have you seen in scouts so far?
Well, it better not be a damn extra point. I know that, and it don't come down to that. I don't know what I'd do, but these guys are good. This is probably the best special teams we've played, like all around. They're really good. They do a good job. They play hard. They're well coached. Got a good kicker. Their punter's about like Jack. Got a good kickoff return team. They cover. It's gonna be a great matchup. But you guys know me. That's why I'm here. That's why I love games like this. I mean, every game's fun, but man, getting to play in this environment and, like I said, play in front of our fans here instead of somebody else's fans yelling at us. It's going to be fun.
The OR tag is still on Upton and Stone, but it seemed like Stone has taken a decent more.
Yeah, Stone's he's the guy. I mean, he's the one we're going with, and it's happened every year like that. Kind of works itself out, and he's deserved it, man. He's, like I said, from where he started at when he was a freshman to where he's at now. My hat's off to him.
What do you think went wrong on that extra point?
Actually, it's kind of a bad snap, but he didn't see the ball until. But there's no excuse. I'm just telling you, I've been doing this a long time. I can go over to Evans Junior High and get a kid and come out and make a extra point during the game. So we just can't do that.
Joey often like to leave the good stories to you to tell us, so you kind of alluded to it yesterday. How did you get Kirk Herbstreit to call him an arrogant Texan?
Well, the ESPN was moving the Herbstreit Classic. They wanted to go to Texas. They always played in Ohio, and they were coming to Texas. Well, unbeknownst to them, they got 2 of the biggest smartasses, I think, in Texas to go to a press conference in Cincinnati. And me and Joe were flying there, and I just kind of looked out the plane, and there's some football fields there, as we're about to land in Cincinnati. So I thought, well, I'm going to use this in our press. There's a big press conference. They had all the coaches, media from all over the country. And I just told them, I said, when we landed, I looked over and Coach McGuire was kind of, he was in shock. And I said, man, are you all right? And I said, Joey looked out the window and he said, yeah, I didn't know they played football in Ohio. Well, and then Herbstreit's dad, he had kind of a laugh and he just said the same thing. He goes, I knew when we invited some Texas coaches here, there'd be a smart ass in the bunch. So it was good. We both won. We both got after him, so it was worth it. We had a lot of fun.
There's been a couple instances where when Coy's taking the punt, he's kind of been too far back and misread it. Has he communicated to you why that's been going on?
Punt return is so hard. I mean, like, one time you're going to get a 35-yard ball that I expect him to catch, so it doesn't hit roll, and then next time the guy hits a 56-yard. I mean, it's just one of those things where he's got to get better at that. When starting of the year we had Jacoby, and then Tristan got hurt, so it's kind of been a revolving door. And Coy's, the good thing about Coy though, you like having Coy there because he's a bigger kid and he's in the game, but we can't turn those balls over. I mean, it's like I said, this game right here. That is going to come back and haunt you. So I'd rather him just not go after it, but I also don't want to give up 15 to 20 yards on a roll. So it's just seeing the ball kicked and being there. It's pretty much what you got to do. But, yeah, those things are stuff that you can't do in big games.
Kenny, I know you're not their position coach necessarily, but today Jacob Rodriguez and David Bailey are two semifinalists for the, I think, Bednarik Award. Lombardi, yeah. Lombardi. I think only 13 semifinalists. Can you just discuss, those two guys and being 2 out of 13 left?
Those guys are. I mean, we're in the situation we're in because of them too. I mean, they're unbelievable football players. They've totally changed the dynamic of this team. And, Jacob's been here, like you guys have seen him, for 4 years do what he's done, at a high level. Great locker room guy. And then David just got here and just kind of like David's been here for 4 years. He's a great teammate, and he gives us something off the edge that we haven't had, and they're making plays. And it's, Melo's making plays. All those linebackers, the secondary. I mean, I think those two right there, though, that's a great example of making everyone around you better because of the way they play and the way they practice. That's the thing I don't think gets said enough about those guys. When you come out there and watch them, they practice like they play. And I think it kind of bleeds down to those younger guys like, man, this is what I'm supposed to do. This is what these guys are doing.
In your years coaching, not just here, obviously, but anywhere, what's the closest situation you've seen personnel-wise to having, two edge guys that disruptive and a linebacker behind
at TCU,
them that was that playmaker?
TCU, there's some good ones there. Stanley Mapong was there. Devontae Fields. We had a really good defensive line. I think that was 2013. We lost one. We should have been in the college playoffs that year, but that was a really good defense. They had good players, but we didn't obviously have two edge guys and then a nose like Lee Hunter. Had some good linebackers and secondary guys, but this defense is, man, I would hate to play against them. It's Shield does such a good job with what he calls, and then those coaches, man, those guys get ready to play every week. If you watch, that's kind of what I like. I like watching what guys, what do they look like, what's their eyes look like, and then just the communication that goes on with our coaches, through Shield on the sideline is unbelievable. So I think that's why those guys are playing like that.
Also, back on BYU special teams for a moment, what do you see when you look at, I guess in particular, Parker Kingston as a return man?
He's good. The thing about it is he's good, but the stuff that they set up, the guys blocking do a great job of staying on guys. They got some big guys. So, I think it's going to turn into one of those things where we kind of pride ourselves on speed. They're kind of big. So we're going to have to run and hit, and those guys are going to have to latch on to us. But they set things up. It's he's good, but man, he's got places to run, and that always helps. So hopefully we can get Jacoby loose again this week. We got some stuff on. He's pretty good too. So it's going to be just like everything is built up to be. You want to come down to offense, defense, and special teams. And I can't wait.
At what point do you phase Gentry back into the primary punt return role, or do you kind of let Coy and him rotate through this?
Yeah, I just don't know. I don't want to say the moment's too big, but I just think right now, kind of where we're at, he'll get some returns here and there, but I'm not going to. Coy's. It's just there's something being said about a guy being in the game and just instead of someone who hadn't played all of a sudden come in the second quarter and he's dealing with a 55-yard ball into the wind and guys are running down out on full speed. Or it's just different. Coy's in the game, and but you're right. We gotta those other balls. They gotta be fielded the right way too. But Tristan's gonna. I've said I think that he is going to be probably one of the next great returners here because he does have a lot of juice to him, and he wants to do well. That's the cool part about him. But it's just kind of one of those deals. About how's the game fit, and do we throw him back there, or what happens?
All right, no questions? All right, thanks, Coach.
Thank you, guys. Y'all be good. Have a good week.